Datta, Sri Guru Datta.
Jai Guru 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 Datta, Sri Guru Datta.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Guru Datta and welcome to Datta Arpanam with your hosts Rishi Nirvan Baru
and Ravita Singh. Jai Guru Datta, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music, and teachings of His Holiness Parama Pujya Dr. Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji of Avadhuta Dattapitam in Mysuru. Today's program begins with the offering of pranams, gratitude, and this invocation prayer at the treasured feet of beloved Sadguru Deva Pujya Shri Swamiji, as this program, possible only through His divine grace, is offered to him.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Ganapati Guru Mekam Satchidananda Rupam, Vibhuddhanivahasevyam Yogamagadhirudham, Sharanamupagatanam Ati Sanghadivajram, Mama Hridaya Nivasam Bhakti Namro Namami. Once again, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam this morning. Today's episode is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of Valini's Drug Mart Limited of 58 to 60 Sutton Street, San Fernando, Debe Supermart Limited of 182 SS Aaron Road, Debe, Coquier Supermart Limited of 14 Naprimamayaro Road, San Fernando, and Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited of 1126 SS Aaron Road, Debe, and 225 Southern Main Road, Warrenville, Cunupia.
Last week on Datta Arpanam, in addition to celebrating Datta Jayanti, the 86th shloka of Shatashloki Ramayanam was shared, along with its literal translation. That shloka itself is so laden with lessons that time did not allow getting into the story behind it. So today, in an effort to not leave any gaps in sharing Pujya Shri Swamiji's teachings on Shatashloki Ramayanam, you will hear the story behind its 86th shloka. And yes, you guessed it, you will also hear even more lessons which can be taken away from that beautiful shloka.
But first though, for any task to be successful and for any knowledge to be properly assimilated and put to good use, the blessings of Lord Ganapati are needed. So without further ado, please open the Bhajanmala app or visit the website www.bhajanmala.com, enter Bhajan ID number 31 and get your week off to a positive start by joining Pujya Appaji in singing the praises of Lord Ganapati.
Nayakam Vinayakam Sarvasiddhidayakam
Nayakam Vinayakam Sarvasiddhidayakam
Nayakam Vinayakam Sarvasiddhidayakam
Nayakam Vinayakam Sarvasiddhidayakam
Mudgaladisevitam bhaje matam Ganeshwaram
Mudgaladisevitam bhaje matam Ganeshwaram
Nayakam Vinayakam Sarvasiddhidayakam
Nayakam Vinayakam Sarvasiddhidayakam
Mudgaladisevitam bhaje matam Ganeshwaram
Mudgaladisevitam
bhaje matam Ganeshwaram Nayakam Vinayakam Sarvasiddhidayakam
Nayakam Vinayakam Sarvasiddhidayakam
नन्दनं
सुन्दरं सिद्धिबुद्धिसुन्दरेशनन्दनं
भक्तबन्धमोचनं सर्पसूत्रबन्धनं
भक्तबन्धमोचनं सर्वसूत्रबन्धनं
सुन्दरं सिद्धिबुद्धिसुन्दरेशनन्दनं
सुन्दरं सिद्धिबुद्धिसुन्दरेशनन्दनं
भक्तबन्धमोचनं सर्पसूत्रबन्धनं
भक्तबन्धमोचनं सर्वसूत्रबन्धनं
नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलाभिसेवितं भजेमतं गणेश्वरम्
नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजेमतं गणेश्वरम्
मूषिकावाहनं सकललोकवीक्षणं
मूषिकावाहनं सकललोकवीक्षणं
मूषिकावाहनं सकललोकवीक्षणं
मूषिकावाहनं सकललोकवीक्षणम्
अर्करूपधारिणम् आदिशक्त्यावरणम्
अर्करूपधारिणम् आदिशक्त्यावरणम्
अर्करूपधारिणम् आदिशक्त्यावरणम्
आदिशक्त्यावरणम् नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजेमतं गणेश्वरं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजेमतं गणेश्वरम्
रक्तवर्णरूपिणो विरक्तलोकभावितं रक्तवर्णरूपिणो विरक्तलोकभावितं आत्मविद्याधारिणं नन्दसच्चिदानन्दनम् आत्मविद्याधारिणं नन्दसच्चिदानन्दनम् नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजेमतं गणेश्वरं नायकं विनायकं सर्वसिद्धिदायकं मुद्गलादिसेवितं भजेमतं गणेश्वरं भजेमतं गणेश्वरं भजेमतं गणेश्वरं भजेमतं गणेश्वरं भजेमतं गणेश्वरम्
That Lord Ganapati bhajan was composed and rendered by Lord Ganapati's namesake, Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji. And what a beautiful composition and rendition it is. A perfect tool to help prepare our minds and our intellects for today's contemplation upon the 86th shloka of Shata Shloki Ramayanam here on Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to today's show, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Parama Pujya Sri Swamiji, and thanks to the kind sponsorship by Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited.
And now, before we look at the story behind today's Shata Shloki Ramayana shloka, let us recall the words and the meaning of that shloka. Please open the Bhajanmala app or website once again. This time enter Stotra ID number 2295. Scroll down to shloka 86. And as you are encouraged to do week after week on Datta Arpanam, join in chanting.
देवताभ्यो वरं प्राप्य समुत्थाप्य च वानरान् अयोध्यां प्रस्थितो रामः पुष्पकेण सुहृद्वृतः.
That 86th shloka of Shatashloki Ramayanam says that Lord Rama, who received boons from the gods, sought the revival of all the Vanaras who had given up their lives in the battle at Lanka. Once this was accomplished, Rama, together with all his friends, boarded the aircraft Pushpaka Vimana and left for Ayodhya.
Now let us look at the story behind this shloka in a little more detail. Following the demise of Ravana at the hands of Rama, and following the fire test at which Sita Devi excelled, Lord Shiva addressed Lord Rama and said, "Rama, no one other than you could have killed Ravana. It is our great luck that you have completed this mission. Now, please return to Ayodhya. Bharata is anxiously awaiting your arrival. Go and cheer up your mothers who are grieving. Be a support to all your friends and relatives who are eager to see you. Perform the Ashwamedha Yagam and through this worship the Devatas. Beget good sons who will continue the lineage. Donate wholeheartedly to the Brahmins. Acquire fame. Rule for a very long time and thereafter attain heaven."
Listeners, these words may have been spoken to Lord Rama based on specific circumstances at a specific time in his life, but they are life lessons for us all. Through these words, Lord Shiva teaches us how we should be living our lives. For example, when Lord Shiva told Lord Rama to cheer up his grieving mothers, he taught us so many lessons through these words. He taught us that we should care for our parents. We should care for the elderly, and we should comfort those who are in distress or those who are grieving. All of these lessons are delivered in just a few words.
And when he said, "Donate wholeheartedly to Brahmins and be a support to all your friends and relatives who are eager to see you," this so makes me think of life as we move past what was hopefully the worst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Many people have lost loved ones. Many themselves are suffering from the debilitating effects of long COVID. Many have lost jobs. Then, in the recent floods seen across parts of our nation, many have lost most of their possessions. Listeners, be a light in the lives of such persons. Let your support, be it financial support, emotional support, a listening ear, a loaf of bread you drop off for them, a prayer you offer on their behalf, whatever it may be, lend a supporting hand, especially to those in need.
And while motivation for doing such acts should come from feeling that goodwill should be done as an offering to God, in other words, with the Ishvara Arpanam mindset, motivation also lies, as it so often does, in the words of Parama Pujya Sri Swamiji, who has said that what you give to the universe will give back to you. If you love, you will be loved. If you hurt, you will be hurt. If you help, you will be helped. So, says Puja Appaji, be there for others and they will be there for you. Aim to help the world. Aim to make a difference.
Very thought-provoking words indeed. And it really comes as no surprise that while contemplating upon the deep impact of the words of Lord Shiva, we are also reminded of the words of Sadguru Deva, Parama Pujya Sri Swamiji. After all, as Lord Shiva himself said to Parvati Devi, Shiva is Guru and Guru is Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha.
Jai Guru Datta. Listeners, when we read or listen to scriptures or the discourses of Sadguru Deva, we should always try to extract lessons from the words shared. Actually, we should always try to go one step further even and apply those lessons to our lives. When Lord Shiva told Lord Rama to worship Devatas and then ascend to heaven, he gave us a clue of which Puja Appaji is always reminding us. Lord Shiva is telling us that the way to uplift ourselves, the way to reach higher planes, is through worship. So let us all join together and do just that. Let us join Puja Appaji as he worships Mother Goddess through this enchanting bhajan.
You are encouraged to open the Bhajan Mala app or website once again. This time enter Bhajan ID number 439, and as you sing with love and devotion, feel yourself being uplifted by these divine words set the Harikam Bhoji Ragam.
Devim Vande Paramam. Devim Vande Paramam. Vande Devim Paramam. Devim Vande Paramam. Vande Devim Paramam. Vande Devim Paramam. Divyalankriti Shobha. Divyalankriti Shobha. Kavyalankriti Rupa. Bhavyam Devim Varadam. Devim Vande. Devim Vande. Vande Devim. Divyalankriti Shobha. Kavyalankriti Rupa. Bhavyam Devim Varadam. Srishti Sthiti Layakarti. Vrishti Samashtim Devi. Ishta Vidatri. Ishta Vidatri. Devi.
Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji, who composed and rendered that unique bhajan, is the Avadhuta of Lord Dattatreya. You are invited to think about that for a moment. Think of the power of that statement. An Avadhuta of the combined form of Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva is visiting Trinidad at the start of April 2023. How blessed we are that he sees us fit for such a boon. So listeners, keep April 1st to April 12th, 2023 free and be sure to avail of this divine experience. No one can describe such an experience to you. To know Sadguru, one must experience Sadguru.
And in the meantime, one of the ways we can strengthen our connection with Parama Puja Sri Swamiji is to bring our concentration to his words and his teachings. That is why today on Datta Arpanam, in addition to sharing the beautiful bhajans of Puja Appaji, his teachings on the 86th shloka of Shatashloki Ramayanam are also being shared.
Once again, thank you for tuning in to this morning's program, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through Puja Sri Swamiji's grace, and thanks to the kind sponsorship by Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. Earlier on today's show, you heard that Lord Shiva gave some instructions to Lord Rama following the defeat of Ravana. Lord Shiva continued addressing Lord Rama by saying to him, "Look here, your father Dashratha is seated in this special Vimana or aircraft. Along with Lakshmana, please offer your respectful obeisance to him."
And listeners, these words not only remind us that we should be respectful when dealing with our elders, but remember that Dasharatha had left the mortal plane by now. And so, Lord Shiva's words also teach us that we should offer respects to our forefathers or our ancestors. We exist today because they existed before us. Daily offer gratitude to them for that. Daily offer worship for upliftment of their souls.
In fact, let us all join together and offer today's next bhajan on behalf of all the ancestors who came before us. May they be pleased with this offering. May Lord Shiva, who is teaching us here of the importance of respecting our ancestors, may such a Lord also be pleased by this offering.
Please open the Bhajanmala app or visit the Bhajanmala website once again. Enter Bhajan ID number 1185 and join in this offering of bhajan.
पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो
नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो
हालाहलने ज्वालामुखने हालाहलने ज्वालामुखने पालनेत्रन कपालिधारन पालनेत्रन कपालिधारन 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 नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो भवभयनाशन भवभयनाशन नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो नंदीवागन नागभूषण नंदीवागन नागभूषण श्वेत अंबर शूलपाणि श्वेत अंबर शूलपाणि 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 नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो ईशपतीश जगन्निवास ईशपतीश जगन्निवास सच्चिदानंद आत्मावासी सच्चिदानंद आत्मावासी सच्चिदानंद आत्मावासी ईशपतीश जगन्निवास ईशपतीश जगन्निवास सच्चिदानंद आत्मावासी सच्चिदानंद आत्मावासी नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो
Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji, to whom you were just listening, has said that one should always feel that while doing bhajans or puja, only he and God are present there and try to concentrate. And definitely bhajans like the one you just heard help to foster such thoughts and such focus. Such is the power of Pujya Appaji's bhajans. Such is the bhava or the love or the emotion which they evoke.
Interesting that the word bhava came to mind after worshipping the one who is also known as Bhava, Lord Shiva. Again, the subtle ways of Parama Puja Sri Swamiji make themselves known. You are tuned in to Datta Arpanam on 103.1 FM. A little while ago, you heard that following his victory in Lanka, Lord Rama was instructed by Lord Shiva to pay obeisance to his father Dasharatha, who was present there along with the Devatas.
Rama and Lakshmana offered their obeisance to Dasharatha, who was overjoyed and who warmly embraced his son Rama.
Dasharatha then addressed Rama, saying, Rama, the words of Kaikeyi still ring in my ears. Seeing both of you happy, I am greatly relieved. By just seeing you today, my sorrows have been completely washed away. Rama, you have successfully lived up to your vow. You have also killed the mighty demon Ravana. Through your actions, you have pleased all the deities. You have acquired limitless fame. Now please return to Ayodhya and rule wisely. Live for a very long time there."
Dasharatha then spoke to Lakshmana and showed appreciation to him for all the services that he had been offering with utmost devotion to his brother. And listeners, here again we learn something. When someone does something good or makes a good effort at something, show respect and appreciation for that effort. Lakshmana never considered it hard to serve Lord Rama, but still Dasharatha praised his service. And when we follow in such footsteps, when we show appreciation for the efforts made by others, we inspire them to keep aspiring towards greatness in their efforts. But remember too what you heard earlier. You get out of the universe what you put into it. So spread positive appreciation and see how your efforts too will be recognized.
Dasharatha then addressed Sita Devi and said, "My daughter Sita, please do not bear any anger and vengeance against Rama, who wanted to disown you. Through his actions, he was seeking your welfare. He wanted the world to realize the depth of your purity. It was only through such action, the fire test, that your purity could be fully demonstrated. Sita, your husband is your God."
Listeners, where do we begin to analyze these words uttered by a father-in-law to a daughter-in-law? First of all, he addressed her as "my daughter." In this, he shows us that married persons should not treat their in-laws as separate from them, but treat them as their own family. Look after their interests as quickly as you would look after the interests of your blood relatives. Foster love between families, not animosity.
And see too how Dasharatha, being senior to Rama and Sita Devi, tried to make peace between them. His words not only served to reinforce what Rama had already said to Sita Devi by way of an apology of sorts, but his words also served the purpose of praising Sita Devi's purity by mentioning it again. His words were exemplary in how older generations should try to encourage and foster good qualities and peace in the younger generations.
As Dasharatha was saying those words to his children, he returned to Indraloka or heaven. Rama stood there amidst everyone with his palms folded in obeisance. Lord Indra now said to him, "Rama, it is with the intention of bestowing boons upon you that we have assembled here. Please choose your boon. We shall happily give you whatever you seek."
Rama in turn politely said, "O Lord, many in this army who stood by me and who placed implicit faith in me have lost their lives in the war. Among the dead are many brave bears and monkeys. All of them have sacrificed their life to help me in my mission. O Lord, please bring back to life all the Vanaras and bears who have died in the battle. Secondly, I ask that all those Vanaras who have been injured in the war and are suffering in pain should be relieved of all their pain and misery. O Lord, please ensure that the places inhabited by Vanaras always have lots of fruits and water. This is all that I seek."
Listeners, we are again reminded of the selfless nature of the Lord. It is also a reminder of the selfless nature of Sadguru Deva Parama Pujya Sri Swamiji. When Pujya Sri Swamiji instructs us to perform a certain task, it is never for his benefit. He is an avadhuta. He does not need our prayers or our charity. We are the ones who benefit from putting our God-given gifts to good use. So, as you are always encouraged to do on Datta Arpanam, let us use that precious God-given gift known as the gift of speech to now join in worship.
Having been reminded of the selflessness of the Vanaras, let us join in worshipping the Vanara who is responsible for introducing Lord Rama to the other Vanaras. Let us worship Lord Hanuman. You can find the words to this next bhajan by entering bhajan ID number 913 on the Bhajanmala app or website.
निखिलनिलयमन्त्रम् नित्यतत्त्वाख्यमन्त्रम् निखिलनिलयमन्त्रम् नित्यतत्त्वाख्यमन्त्रम् भवकुलहरमन्त्रम् भूमिजाप्राणमन्त्रम् भवकुलहरमन्त्रम् भूमिजाप्राणमन्त्रम् पवनजनुतमन्त्रम् पार्वतीमोक्षमन्त्रम् पवनजनुतमन्त्रम् पार्वतीमोक्षमन्त्रम् पशुपतिनिजमन्त्रम् पातु मां राममन्त्रम् पशुपतिनिजमन्त्रम् पातु मां राममन्त्रम् प्रणवनिलयमन्त्रम् प्राणनिर्वाणमन्त्रम् प्रणवनिलयमन्त्रम् प्राणनिर्वाणमन्त्रम् प्रकृतिपुरुषमन्त्रम् ब्रह्मरुद्रेन्द्रमन्त्रम् प्रकृतिपुरुषमन्त्रम् ब्रह्मरुद्रेन्द्रमन्त्रम् प्रकटदुरितराग द्वेषनिर्नाशमन्त्रम् प्रकटदुरितराग द्वेषनिर्नाशमन्त्रम् रघुपतिनिजमन्त्रम् राम रामेति मन्त्रम् रघुपतिनिजमन्त्रम् राम रामेति मन्त्रम् जयतु जयतु मन्त्रम् जन्मसाफल्यमन्त्रम् जयतु जयतु मन्त्रम् जन्मसाफल्यमन्त्रम् जननमरणखेद क्लेशविच्छेदमन्त्रम् जननमरणखेद क्लेशविच्छेदमन्त्रम् सकलनिगममन्त्रम् सर्वशास्त्रैकमन्त्रम् सकलनिगममन्त्रम् सर्वशास्त्रैकमन्त्रम् रघुपतिनिजमन्त्रम् राम रामेति मन्त्रम् रघुपतिनिजमन्त्रम् राम रामेति मन्त्रम् 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 राम रामेति
May the blessings of Lord Hanuman be with one and all. May the blessings of his Lord, Lord Rama, be with one and all. May the blessings of the composer and singer of that bhajan, Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji, be with one and all. You are tuned in to Datta Arpanam, which is coming to you through the infinite grace of Parama Pujya Shri Swamiji, as well as the dedicated sponsorship by his Seva Kartas, Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. Special thanks go out to them, as they do to you, dear listener, for sharing this hour with us.
When, in the aftermath of the war at Lanka, Lord Rama asked Lord Indra for the revival of all the fallen and injured Vanaras and bears, Indra was overjoyed and said, "Rama, I will fulfill all your desires." Barely had Lord Indra completed his sentence than the dead Vanaras and bears sat up as if they were waking up from sleep. The wounds on the bodies of the injured Vanaras disappeared.
The Vanaras marveled at this miracle and offered their respectful obeisance to Rama.
नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। नमो रामाय नमः। ओम नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। ओम रामचंद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। नमो रामभद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामभद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामाय नमः। सीतापतये नमः। ओम नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामभद्राय नमः। रामभद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामभद्राय नमः। नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामचंद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामभद्राय नमः। ओम नमो रामाय नमः। ओम नमो रामभद्राय नमः। सीतापतये नमः।
Once the fallen Vanaras were revived, Lord Indra said, "Rama, now please send off all these Vanaras to their respective homes. Together with Sita, you proceed to Ayodhya. Go and see your brothers who have been adhering to strict austerities in your absence. Bring joy to your mothers. Go and get yourself coronated as the king of Ayodhya. Rule well."
Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita offered their salutations to all the deities who then boarded their respective aircrafts and returned to heaven. The army of bears and Vanaras rejoiced in merriment.
Rama boarded the Pushpaka aircraft and seated Sita on his lap. Lakshmana, Sugriva, Vibhishana and his ministers and other prominent Vanara leaders all boarded the aircraft. Pushpaka, the aircraft, began its journey towards Ayodhya. En route to its destination, as per Sita Devi's wish, the aircraft halted midway at Kishkinda. The wives of the prominent Vanara chiefs boarded the aircraft, and then the Pushpaka Vimana resumed its journey.
As the aircraft was moving, Rama was identifying all the various places at which they had resided, the various demons that had been killed, the place where Ravana had kidnapped Sita, and he was explaining the specialities of these places. Pushpaka Vimana was speedily taking them towards their destination. Om Sita Rama Bhyam Namaha.
Listeners, just as Pushpaka Vimana was delivering Lord Rama and his entourage to Ayodhya, so too Nama Sankirtana delivers us to our final destination, the divine feet of the Lord. So let us join together again. Let us all board the super efficient aircraft known as bhajan singing. Let us sit comfortably on this aircraft which takes us to the most glorified destination, and let us enjoy the journey being led by the greatest pilot of all, Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
स्मरामि दत्तं भजामि दत्तं गृह्णामि दत्तं गुरुदत्तं स्मरामि दत्तं भजामि दत्तं गृह्णामि दत्तं गुरुदत्तं स्पृशामि दत्तं नमामि दत्तं विशामि दत्तं गुरुदत्तं स्पृशामि दत्तं नमामि दत्तं विशामि दत्तं गुरुदत्तम् जनः समस्ता सदैव सुखिनो भवन्तु नित्यरानित्ययाचे जनः समस्ता सदैव सुखिनो भवन्तु नित्यरानित्ययाचे सदैव दयया समिद्धभाव सच्चिदानन्दे परिलीये सदैव दयया समिद्धभाव सच्चिदानन्दे परिलीये स्मरामि दत्तं भजामि दत्तं गृह्णामि दत्तं गुरुदत्तं स्मरामि दत्तं भजामि दत्तं गृह्णामि दत्तं गुरुदत्तं स्पृशामि दत्तं नमामि दत्तं विशामि दत्तं गुरुदत्तं स्पृशामि दत्तं नमामि दत्तं विशामि दत्तं गुरुदत्तं 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 जय गुरुदत्ता श्री गुरुदत्ता 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 दत्ता 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 दत्ता.
And on that beautiful note, as today's episode of Datta Arpanam approaches its end, pranams and gratitude are offered at the divine feet of beloved Sadguru Deva, Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji, without whose teachings, compassion, love, guidance and music, this show would not exist.
Pranams to you, Pooja Appaji. Kindly forgive any errors which may have been committed in preparing or in sharing today's program, and please guide us to avoid such errors in the future.
Special thanks are extended to the staff at 103.1 FM, and to the sponsors of Datta Arpanam, Samtran Insurance Brokers Limited, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. And of course, dear listener, heartfelt gratitude is again extended to you for sharing your Sunday morning with us.
Remember, if you would like to listen to today's episode again, the podcast will be uploaded to 103.1 FM's website and to Datta Arpanam's Facebook page tomorrow, Monday, by 6 p.m. To access it on the radio station's website, visit www.103fm.tt, click on podcasts and scroll down to Datta Arpanam. Alternatively, you can access the link via the Datta Arpanam Facebook page.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. You are invited to please tune in to 103.1 FM again next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time for another episode of Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Parama Pujya Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Have a blessed week, everyone. Jai Guru Datta.
Shri Guru Datta. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
जय ज्ञानाभूत सभा सच्चिदानंद ज्ञान सभा जय जय ज्ञानाभूत सभा सच्चिदानंद ज्ञान सभा
जय जय ज्ञानाबोध सभा सच्चिदानन्द ज्ञान सभा
निगमागम सुविचार सभा योग सूत्र बोध सभा निगमागम सुविचार सभा योग सूत्र बोध सभा जय जय ज्ञान बोध सभा सच्चिदानंद ज्ञान सभा जय जय ज्ञान बोध सभा सच्चिदानंद ज्ञान सभा
जय जय ज्ञानाबोध सभा सच्चिदानन्द ज्ञान सभा
आत्मा तत्व बोध सभा भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य सभा आत्मा तत्व बोध सभा भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य सभा जय जय ज्ञान बोध सभा सच्चिदानंद ज्ञान सभा जय जय ज्ञान बोध सभा सच्चिदानंद ज्ञान सभा नाम संकीर्तन धाम सभा वेद शास्त्र पुराण सभा नाम संकीर्तन धाम सभा वेद शास्त्र पुराण सभा जय जय ज्ञान बोध सभा सच्चिदानंद ज्ञान सभा जय जय ज्ञान बोध सभा सच्चिदानंद ज्ञान सभा जय जय ज्ञानाभोग सभा
ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ 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 ಹರಿ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್